What's going on, everybody? K to the 2 here with the Battle Union Week 5. This week we are going up against Redithan, also known as Ethan, coach of the Tennessee Tynamos. Now, I'm looking at his team right now and I'm like, you know, that's a pretty nice team you got there. It would be nice if you had a Swords Dance Zardak switch in. Now, of course, I could talk more about my Swords Dance Zardaks, but I did that already. If you guys want to check out my team builder in the description below, it is indeed there. I went over not only the SD Zardaks, of course. I went over the rest of the team. You can go check it out, see what I brought, why I brought it, and the ins and outs of the teams, what moves I have, whatever. But I will go over a quick little overview of the team that I brought. So, I went with the triple taunt core of Crobat, Crocodile, and Quillfish. Let's talk about each one individually. Crobat is Taunt, Roost, Super Fang, and Brave Bird. Physically defensive. There for Mega Pinsir. Next up we have Eelektross. Assault Vest, speedy enough to outspeed Skarmory, just there to be annoying. Next up we have Crocodile, Taunt, 3 attacks, speedy and defensive, with also still some attack in it. There's a lot of EVs on that one. Quillfish is a thing. I have T-Spikes on it. Not really looking to do too much against his team this match, unfortunately, because he does have the Skarmory to defog them away and also the Skuntank to just soak them up. However, it is still useful because it has the Intimidate and I have the T-Wave in case things start getting hairy. So, I can use Quillfish still. Ferrothorn is there with Rocks, also with T-Wave in case he wants to bring in Skarmory. So that's a thing that I have. And lastly, like I said, I have an SD Zardax. I have Thunder Punch on here. Don't really need it because he has a Suicune, but he didn't bring Suicune. And if you're looking like me at his team and looking for a Flare Blitz switch in, especially at +2, he doesn't have one. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into the right into the game. Alright, let's go ahead, load it up. I decided my best lead against this team is going to be Crobat. I knew that I needed to prevent Rocks from getting up on my side of the field, which is why I led with one of my 3 Taunters. We can get rid of those arrows from the screen, right? Yep, there we go. So, he's actually going to lead off with Meloetta. We're going to turn off the sounds. There we go. Alright, that was kind of unfortunate there. Anyway, turn 1, he led off with Meloetta, fearing him to be Scarfed, and also because I can't really do anything to him, I'm expecting him to go for the Psychic move. Also, like, there was no reason for him to go for anything other than the Psychic move. I just go straight into Crocodile. I'm going to click Knockoff here. It doesn't really matter what he goes into. Meloetta would have died. Skarmory comes in, we get to see that's probably not physically defensive, or else it wouldn't be able to take it that well. I'm going to get off my taunt here, prevent his Rocks from coming up, and that's exactly what happened. So we are sitting in a very nice position here. He's going to withdraw, as he is going to go into his Skarmory, out from his Skarmory into Mudsdale, and I'm going to go for another knockoff. Now right here, he is going to reveal the Stamina, of course, because that's Mudsdale's ability, but he did have the leftovers, which leads me to believe, also with the knockoff damage that I got off on him, that he is max HP, max defense. I don't know if he's impish or not, probably is, but anyway, I'm expecting either EQ or the close combat to come out, so I go right into Crobat, and expecting the Rock Slide, I'm going to go hard into Eelektross, make him fear the fact that I might have the Grass Knot. So, in order to keep up my momentum that I just got, I'm going to go hard for the U-turn. And he goes into Meloetta. So, as you can see, things are going really good. We're getting a lot of good switches. We're getting the predictions correct so far. And I'm feeling really good. We're going to go into Crocodile. And all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to click Knockoff. Because I know if he goes into Skarmory, I have the taunt. I can start wearing it down with the knockoff. If he goes into Mega Pincer, I can kill that with a Rock Slide. He can't do anything back. So I'm just going to go straight for the EQ here. I knew, like I said, if he goes into Scarm, not a problem. I knew EQ was going to be enough to knock out that Meloetta, and it would have been the best attack to go for against the Mudsdale. So he's going to come in with his Mega Pincer, get his Mega off, and he's actually going to fail to kill us because of our HP and defense investment. We're max HP with like 100 defense, live pretty not so comfortably, and we're going to go for the Rock Slide, which brings him down into the red. Very nice, because I know any move that he goes for against our Ferrothorn could be very nice. And also just kill him, because I have Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs. So he's going to go for the return here. Probably could have gone straight into the Ferrothorn. However, I felt like this was actually just a better opportunity to sack Ferrothorn, or sack Crocodile first, go into Ferrothorn, and get up my rocks. It's going to force him into a Skarmory, of course, but he either has to make a decision to defog here, or to roost. Well, he could roost, or he can get up his own rocks, but defog or rocks is his play here. I'm 100% expecting the rocks right here, and I'm going to go into my Charizard, which right now he has no switch into. An Adamant Flare Blitz from Megazard X2 at KO's Mudsdale, from where it's at right now. He did get off his defog there, which was nice. But we are going to go for the Flare Blitz. I forgot to Mega Evolve, so this Flare Blitz is going to do actually 0. Which is quite disappointing, because I would have been able to pick up the kill against this Mudsdale pretty early on. However, it's not going to change up the game plan all too much. We're going to go hard into Steven D, the Electros, expecting another EQ. I can take a Rock Slide, but he reveals the rest, which seems pretty annoying right now. And all I'm going to do here, I believe I click Super Fang. So I knew that his Mudsdale was going to be down to half, and also his Goodra here, which he sends in. Literally anything else that he could have brought in that wasn't Mega Pincer would have resulted in me getting off massive damage. So he's going to go for the Flamethrower. It's going to do like 20 damage, almost 30 damage, and because we're Assault Vest, we're going to be able to take that. We're going to go for U-turn, get our second crit actually against this freaking Goodra. So we're going to go into Megazard X. This time we're going to Mega Evolve. We're going to make sure to do that. I know that a +2 Flare Blitz can kill a max HP Goodra. So if he's below 50%, a neutral one will be able to knock it out. So I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz. He's going to end up going down. And we are in the lead 5-2. What's dead? Meloetta and Goodra are dead. Pincer's almost dead. So we're up 5-4 right now. And Megazard X looking really spicy here. So I know that his Mudsdale is asleep. Kind of expecting him to have rest talk. So he'll probably go for the sleep talk here. If he pulls a Earthquake or a Rock Slide, it doesn't really matter. He is going to sleep talk. I forget what he gets. He does get the Rock Slide, but he misses, so that was mostly unfortunate for him, because basically that was the one result that he could have gotten in order to get damage off. So right here, I'm going to go for Super Fang again, wear down his switch-ins, and yeah, he's saving Mudsdale pretty much, just to have something to deal with Zard. And right here, I am going to get off some extra damage. I was almost 3 for 3 on crits with Eel U-turn. However, didn't get one this time, which is completely fine. Right here, we're just going to go straight for, not the Flare Blitz, no. We're going to go for the Sword Stance this time, because I knew every single time that he's gone straight into his Mudsdale whenever I brought in Megazard X. And if he does the calc, he'll see, oh shit, I die to this. So, I'm clicking Flare Blitz. I have no other play here. I'm clicking it. He's going to go out into his Skarmory, and that's going to be absolutely roasted. And it's... roasted. Okay, so there goes Skarmory. We have a +2 Zard in right now, and there's really not much he can do. He has to go into Mega Pinsir, and he has to go for the return in order to try to kill us. However, we still have our Ferrothorn with our Rocky Helmet and the Iron Barbs, which we just bring it in. Any move that it goes for is a contact move, except for EQ. So we're going to get the Iron Barbs. Fail to kill, however, because we do have the item, it goes down. So Mega Pinsir, the last thing that was there to revenge Megazard X, is gone. And now all he has left is Skuntank and Mudsdale. The only way he wins this is if he's in with Mudsdale and he's able to stall out my team without me being able to take out his Mudsdale with my Zard or my Electros. My Electros is low, it's in the red. Let's pause for a second here. My Electros is low and in the red, so I cannot bring it in against the Skuntank. And if he expects me to have the Grass Knot on it, he will go into his Skuntank. If he has the Pursuit, he would be inclined to go for it against my Electros. I would go down, and the only way that I would have to kill the Mudsdale is if I get in, I taunt it, I wear it down enough to where Zard can kill it with Flare Blitz, and also I have speed on Ferrothorn, so I can Power Whip it, do massive amounts of damage, and attempt to take it out. So that's going to be the game plan. Crobat can also 1v1 the rest of his team. It would just take forever. Also, it leads up to 50-50s of, do I Roost, he goes for EQ, whatever. All I have to do is, I went into Quillfish here, I'll go over this. I went into Quillfish here to get the Intimidate, and also because I felt like he would go for Sucker Punch, or Taunt, both of what, it covers both plays, but now I can double out into probably Crobat, because he is at -1, he can't do anything to me. So, this is Quillfish, and this is literally all it had to do this match. I couldn't get up T-Spikes, really. It wouldn't have done too much. He had Rest on Mudsdale, he had Skuntank, he had Skarm with Defog. Didn't really matter. So, Quillfish, you did your job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out again, this time go into Crobat. He's at -1, he can't do anything to me. But he is going to go into his Mudsdale here. And this gets into a very interesting point in the game. I do have Taunt, and I do have Super Fang on this. I was trying to keep my Crobat healthy all game for Mega Pinsir, but because I was able to get off the massive Rock Slide damage against the Mega Pinsir, it put him in range to die to Ferrothorn, as we saw. So right here, I miss a Super Fang as he goes for EQ when he wakes up. I go for another Super Fang, I miss 2 in a row. He goes for Rock Slide, he's going to be able to connect, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. All I want to do is get off a Super Fang. That way I can potentially Roost. I really don't want to Roost even. So I'm going to go for Super Fang. Again, that's 3 in a row that I missed. However, there's instant justice because he misses his own Rock Slide. So I'm going to go for it for the 4th turn in a row. This time I land. And actually, he's going to end up missing... he's going to end up missing his 2nd Rock Slide in a row. So he's missed 3 Rock Slides this game. I've missed 3 Super Fangs this game. I got 2 crits with U-Turn, with Electros. The one on Meloetta didn't really matter. He claims that the one on Goodra did matter. However, I'd have to take a look at the calc afterwards just to see like what the exact spread that he brought. And with my Adamant, Zardex, whatever. So what's going to happen here is, I know he's a +2 defense, and he's going to go for the Rock Slide. He is taunted, however his taunt is going to wear off after this turn. He gets a crit. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I don't want to roost here. I want to keep Crobat around. So I'm going to go into Ferrothorn. It covers both plays. He's taunted. He has 2 plays. He goes for EQ or he goes for Rock Slide. I make this not a 50-50, and instead I go into Ferrothorn. I know I outspeed this unless he's running any speed, but I saw that he was max HP, max defense, impish, and I knew that I could do 24 to 28%. He happened to be... I happened to get the 24%. He lives on 1. He gets the stamina. However, instead of resting, he is going to go for the EQ, which is completely fine because Ferrothorn goes down, and Zard is going to come in, clean up the game. Zard is going to pick off this Mudsdale, which is at +3 defense, because you can hit it with... You could literally blow on this Mudsdale and it'll die at this point because it's at 1 HP. Zard's going to pick up its 3rd and 4th kills of the game. It's going to go down to the Skuntank, its Aftermath, after getting a Sucker Punch hit off. And that is going to be the game. We're going to end up winning this 3-0 with Crobat, Electros, and Cuddles the Coolfish surviving. So, very nice way to bounce back from pretty much a BS way to lose last week, but we come back, we play strong, in my opinion at least, and we take the 3-0 victory over Redithan, who I rate pretty highly as a battler. I think you guys should too. So that's going to be it for this match. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank the Hacks Gods for being mostly in my favor this week. Thank you. Thank you. So, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.